Hello, amazing artists. Today we are going to do these mark making worksheets so that we can make sure that we are well aware of all the things that we need to be able to use in the drawing center so that we can make choices in our choice-based project that is coming up next. As you can see in the video, I am recreating the squares that are on the top on the squares on the bottom. I'm making hatch marks, I'm making cross hatch marks. I am not necessarily doing them exactly in the same order, but I'm getting all of them in, and a really easy way to make sure that you're getting them all in is to put them in the same order. You can use a pencil or crayon or colored pencil. You can use anything that is in your table caddy to do this, but it doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure that you are practicing making the marks that are on this page. You are not going to go as fast as I am going. This is a sped up video. You are going to take your time and really think about the difference between the marks that you are making so that you can really make some interesting marks on your project. When you're done with that page, you're going to flip it over and you're going to do the material testing grid. And you can see I have written in many materials. Some of the materials are in your table caddy, like crayons and colored pencils. Others are going to be in the basket that is at your table, like oil pastel and chalk pastel. I want you to make marks in this material testing grid, but I also want you to figure out what happens when you do things like smoothing them out with your fingers. I really want you to explore that. You can see I'm just making scribbly marks because I am trying to get this done for the sake of the video. I want you to really explore the material. For some people, that might be doing exactly what I'm doing. For other people, that might be drawing something with the material. That is fine either way. But when you're working, I want you to experiment with what happens when I press lightly, what happens when I press hard, what happens when I smush things around. Any of the boxes that say H2O on them, like the H2O oil pastel or the H2O graphite or the H2O colored pencil, those are water soluble. So you're going to want to grab a paintbrush and a water cup, and you're going to want to experiment with what those things look like when you cover them with a little bit of water, because that might be something that you want to explore in your project. When you're done with that sheet, you're going to move on to the hatching and cross-hatching value scale practice sheet. Some of you started this practice sheet last time when you were done with your color wheels. If you got that sheet last time, I want you to grab it again, the one that you started last time, and I want you to make sure that you really did it well. To make a value scale with hatching, you're making lines that progressively get closer and closer together and more lines to create the illusion of value, of darkness. Yes, you can press harder with your pencil while you're doing it, but the thing that's really going to give you the illusion of darkness is by making more and more lines that are closer and closer together. All right, for cross hatching, it's the same thing, but your lines are crossing, it's not just a single line. When you're finished with the side that's hatching and cross hatching, you're going to flip it over and you're going to find the color pencil technique sheet. This is exactly the same as the hatching and cross hatching side. You are making a value scale using the mark that it shows you at the beginning of the line. You're going to be making more and more of that mark closer and closer together to create the illusion of darkness. Yes, you may also press harder to create the value. However, you really want to focus on making more and more of your lines closer and closer together. You may have noticed for the last sheet and this one, I filled the entire box. That is important that you fill the entire box with marks, not just the middle of the box. When you are working on this, I also want you to remember that you're using colored pencil for this side because this is a colored pencil technique side, and it is different using colored pencil than regular pencil. So I really want you to focus on that. When you're finished with both sheets and you're definitely done with the painting sheet, then you can move on to the next thing.